You're listening to the Watercooler Edit with Chris and Rich.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Watercooler Edit with mybayut. On this episode, we'll be talking about a new way that you can find property information even easier than before. There's a golden chance for you, if you're on the non-exempt list, to change your driving license, and a massive update to the unemployment insurance here in the United Arab Emirates. With all that out of the way, let's get started. So, of course, those are the topics that we discuss on this episode, and as always, I'm joined with Rich.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay. We've got a lot to discuss today, huh?
We do, and one of them is not the weather, that's for sure.
No. If we were discussing the weather, it would just be a very short conversation saying hot.
Very hot. It is indeed. So we'll kick things off with this new way that you can find information about a property that you want to buy, sell, or even rent. And of course, what it is a very simple process. It's called Madmoun. And it's basically a QR code that you can scan, and it'll take you to the information provided by the DLD, that's the Dubai Land Department, to see information about the property.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the Madmoun service, or I think you said it better than me. But basically, do you know what that means in Arabic, that word?
I would take a guess, but you know what? For safety reasons, I'm not going to take it.
Probably a wise move. It means guarantee.
Okay.
Right, so basically it's a way of protecting against fake listings, properties that don't exist, this kind of stuff that unfortunately, things are getting better, but in the past there have been some problems with kind of fake listings, etc. on various different platforms. So the DLD has swung into action, and with these QR codes, it's mandatory to have these on real estate advertisements. And what happens is, if you say they're now live on Bayut's our desktop site and our app, if you scroll down to the regulatory information section of a Bayut advertisement, a listing on Bayut, sorry, I should say, there's a code there. You click on that code, it takes you directly to the DLD website and the real estate permit card for that property.
But you can scan a code as well, right? There's a
Yeah,
QR
you can
code
scan. You can. But that's a QR code that you can actually click on as well.
Okay.
In the app or whatever, you just put your finger on it. Happy days, right? Takes you to the real estate permit card.
So
where
it makes more sense than scanning a QR code on another device, especially if you're using a mobile. How are you going to scan with a mobile
that you're on?
Yeah.
So
codeception.
Yeah, that would be a bit tough.
So we've made it easier on Bayut, by you just have to simply tap it or click it, and off you go to the DLD website.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
So all the relevant details that you need to make an executive decision about buying or renting in the UAE.
Absolutely, yeah.
So this is a small part of the updates that have happened within the country. One of the biggest ones that we've heard out, actually this whole episode is about big changes in recent weeks. One of the biggest is, of course, the golden chance. Now, the RTA have announced, and a lot of the driving institutes have also a lot of the driving institutes also now offer this service as well. It's called the Golden Chance, and it gives drivers who are from a country, or better yet, they have a license from a country that is part of the non-exempt list.
Yeah.
So if you have a license from the United Kingdom, you can transfer it. If you have a license from India, Pakistan, the Philippines, Jordan, Lebanon, and a lot more countries, you now have the opportunity to swap your license for a one-time fee, and all you need to do is one practical and one theory test. That's it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do for 2,200 dirhams.
Which is, it's a very good deal.
Well, yeah, because basically they say if you go through the whole process, right, you're talking between 7,000 dirhams up to, if it takes you a long time, and up to 20,000 dirhams, right? So in theory, if you pay this 2,200 dirhams, you rock up, you pass the test, you've saved yourself a whopping amount of money. So from that perspective, it's a really good initiative. And also, I've heard that if you do pass, you would get a golden ticket to a chocolate factory that has an eccentric owner. I've heard that as well.
Interesting. I wonder who the eccentric owner is. It's not me. My clothes are a bit toned down for this episode. But of course, this is a one-time deal. Mm-hmm. If for any unfortunate incident that you do not pass the theory or the practical, you have to do the driving lessons as normal. So you have to do the whole process.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt you. It's a one and done, right?
Yeah.
it's a one and done.
And that's why it's called the golden chance. So if you're looking to do it, if you're part of the non-exempt list, I think we have an article on mybayut of all the nationalities
Absolutely.
that unfortunately are part of the non-exempt list. Check that out. If you have a license from one of those countries, you can, of course, swap your license with the golden chance.
Yeah, look, it's a really good initiative. I think it's already being taken up by a lot of people. I think it's 32 countries are on the exempt list, as you say, including the UK. I presume the USA is on there as well.
Yeah.
But if you want to find out if your country is on the exempt list or the non-exempt list, yeah, we have articles on all this stuff on mybayut. So just go there to check them out, and we've got all the details you need.
Yes. But that is not the biggest news of all. Surprisingly enough, there is something even bigger, and that was something that was announced earlier this year. The unemployment insurance, ILOE is the website, .ae. It stands for something that I can never remember for some reason.
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Involuntary loss of employment insurance. So it's
Golf
ILO.
clap.
ILO insurance.
Golf clap. You can't hear it, but there's a golf clap. Because
Thank you
I
very
cannot
much.
remember that acronym to save my life, or what the acronym stands for there.
In fairness, if you asked me this time tomorrow, I probably wouldn't be able to remember it either. It's just the fact that I made notes before this podcast.
About the entire name. I just referred to it as national insurance, which I found out was incorrect. It's unemployment insurance. We actually spoke about this on a previous episode of the Watercooler Edit back in January, I think it was, and that's because there was an announcement that this would be available. However, it wasn't available to everybody. So why is this a massive update? Because it is now available for everybody, including free zones and golden visa holders. So this is huge. Now, there is a deadline, and it is still the 30th of June,
Yep.
which is only in about, I want to say, in a month and a half, or actually even less. So if you haven't done so already, do it now. Have you done it?
I haven't done it yet, no. I am going to be doing it imminently, 30th of June. Yeah, I know, it's not good, is it? I've been playing too many video games. I need to realign my priorities, I think. You know, less Jedi Survivor, less Tears of the Kingdom, more registering for ILO. Right? The countdown by 30th of June. It's a big development that it's now open pretty much to everyone. Now it includes free zones. So if people were interested in what this actually gets you, they can refer back to our episode in January where we ran through all those details. Also, we've got articles on mybayut explaining exactly what this entitles you to should you lose your job down the line. But basically, what is it? So it's 160 dirhams if you're on under 16,000 dirhams per month.
If your base salary is under 16,000 dirhams per month, then it is 60 dirhams for the year. You can pay in monthly installments. You can also pay a year up front or even 2 years up front.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're 16,000 or under, it is 120 for 2 years.
Yeah.
If it's if it's above 16,000, it is 120 per year or 240 for 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. And again, like you say, you can pay in installments or you can pay up front. I think we all need to get a registering, right?
So, of course, you want to register for the unemployment insurance before the 30th of June. Mm-hmm. Rich, you need to go do it as soon as we finish this episode.
The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. Because if you do not do it, you can incur fines. The first one is 400 dirhams. I'm not sure if there is repeat after that.
Mm-hmm, I'm not sure.
But, however, if you do apply for it, but you miss the monthly payment, you will be charged 200 dirhams a month extra. Yeah.
I mean, I think, look, it's not going to be, not everyone's going to be capable of this, but if you can, I think maybe the one-off payment of your 120 or your 240 or whatever, one and done, and then you don't have to worry about the monthly payments, right? But obviously it's going to vary person to person on whether they're able to do that. But look, I think the positives far outweigh the negatives with this scheme.
Oh, 100%.
So, I think we're all well and truly on board with it for that security element it offers.
That's it for this episode of the Watercooler Edit with mybayut. If you want to learn any more about the topics that we discussed, if you're part of the non-exempt category, aka you have a license from a country that's non-exempt to transfer, will you be taking the golden chance? Let us know. And of course, check out the blog, which is Bayut.com/mybayut. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, guys.
You're listening to the Watercooler Edit with Chris and Rich.